Welcome to the Watford 1, Crystal Palace 4 match reaction. I'm your host, Patrick. First word from sponsors, Manscaped. Spring has sprung, and our friends at Manscaped have the best tools for some spring cleaning in your pants. Trust me, your confidence will be blooming like the flowers this upcoming spring. Time to clear out that winter bush and join the other over 4 million, who have trust Manscaped. Use the code BOTN and get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. Manscaped are the global leaders in men's below-the-waist grooming and have forever changed the grooming game with their amazing Performance Package 4.0. Complete your grooming game this spring with the new refined cologne signature scent by Manscaped. This stuff is legit, trust me, and will have you smelling like royalty. If you purchase now, you'll receive 2 free gifts: the Performance Boxer Briefs and Shed Travel Bag. Smell good and feel good this spring. So again, get 20% off and free shipping with the code BOTN at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code BOTN at manscaped.com. It's time to throw out your old hygiene habits and upgrade your life. Welcome to the match reaction. I'm Patrick, your host. Be joined by some of our friends later on, but right now it's just me. Today's score: Watford 1, Crystal Palace 4. What a performance. Brilliant by Palace today. I know a lot of people out there worried about the R word, which I won't say today. But again, Palace with goals by Mateta, Gallagher, and 2 by Wilf were brilliant today. Absolutely fantastic today. I'm actually kind of lost for words. It was such a good performance. It really was. First half, well, let's start with the lineup. So once again, we had some changes from our previous match. Vieira going back to the 4-3-3. So we had Butland in goal, Mitchell left back, Gahey and Anderson in the middle, with Klein at right back because apparently Joel Ward's still injured. Midfield 3 of Hughes, Chiarte, and Gallagher, with a front 3 of Zaha, Mateta starting at striker with Elise. Looked like we had a diamond in the beginning. So Chiarte was at the base of that diamond. We had Gallagher right, Hughes left, and obviously Mateta up front. And, interesting start by Palace. Dominant possession early on. I think it was about 66% at one point to like 34% for Watford. And then we had some early chances. Elise and Zaha switched a little bit around in the beginning of the match. And then on 15 minutes, Mateta gets the ball from Gallagher. Gallagher crosses, I believe, from the right-hand side. Mateta turns and shoots left-footed. Deflection of Firmino, pass Foster for 1-0 Palace. And life is good. Winning away, which is great. Could hear the fans singing that Elise, Vieira, and Mitchell song. And it lasted for all about a minute because right after that, a corner kick. We're back to suffering on corner kicks again. Corner kick from the left. No one jumps with Sissoko. Should have been Gallagher. And Butland's in the crowd, unfortunately. And it's 1-1 Watford. I was on Twitter for a little bit. Not a lot today because I don't particularly like the negativity. But I noticed that people are getting upset again at 1-1. Again, it's a away performance. We're worried about it. But luckily, a great ball across from Mitchell about 41st minute. Gallagher with a beautiful control and finish. And we're up 2-1 at halftime. So we're going at halftime up 2-1 away from home. I know Nick Diar must have been very happy in the stands. The rest of the BOTN crowd were there. And then second half in the beginning, basically kept the ball, frustrated Watford. I could hear the Watford fans not singing. I could hear the Palace fans singing, if they're even at the stadium today. And then the manager, Vieira, makes a couple of interesting changes. He brings on Ayew Well, first, Ayew for Lisa comes off for Ayew on 72nd minute, and then Maka comes on for Hughes at 79. And I actually thought Ayew, when he came on, played very, very well. And I actually tweeted and made a comment, and then all of a sudden, Ayew gets a ball in, and Wolf scores a goal. Put us up 3-1. We need that extra goal because I didn't think we'd win the game by a single goal. We haven't won a goal by a single goal all season. And then towards the end, Wolf gets another chance, just like I believe it was like the Norwich goal, and puts it in. We win. We're up 4-1. We win. Great win. Second away win all season. First been, of course, been against Man City, and we're now 11th place. Some of the chat, I know I've got a couple of people who wanted to come in. I'll get you guys in a minute. Will and Heath, give me a second. I want to go through a couple of the chats. We've got here Cyrus. Big relief that Palace got the win today. Big boost for the locker room and Vieira. Now we can go out on Saturday and play with confidence. Also, we have failed to win a league game by only one goal. Just mentioned that. You're absolutely right about that. Hey, I'd rather win 3-1 than 2-1. So we'll take it. I did notice today that Burnley won. They beat Spurs today 1-0. So they'll be coming in on a high. That's 2 in a row for them. 2 on the bounce. So that'll be a tough game. But again, we won the game we had to win, which is the Watford game. So hopefully we'll get a good win on Saturday. Here is CJ. We've got Super Fat Vieira. I heard that song today. I like that song, by the way. Especially part about Wembley. So that was great stuff today by the fans. Loud and proud, by the way. I heard you guys on the stream here via Peacock over in America. Austin Stevens. Anybody know where the Zaha haters are at now? Someone should check on them. Austin, I couldn't agree with you more, mate. I have to admit, I'm a very big Zaha fan, as most of you know. So I was very defensive at some of the comments about Zaha's not playing well this season. Shouldn't start Zaha, and Zaha can't shoot. Well, I think today showed he can shoot. He's got 2 brilliant goals today. Good for Wolf. A couple more before I bring in a couple of people. Robin Mary again. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Robin Mary, Zaha had some poor games of late. Not sure about that, but anyway, for one of us Norwich. But by his own very high standards tonight, he was fantastic. Robin, I agree with you 100%. He was fantastic. So I'm going to bring in a couple of people now.
Hey, Patrick, how you doing?
Hello. And Heath, how are you?
I'm good.
Okay, give me a second, Heath. I'm going to just talk to Nick real quick. So, Nick, how does it feel to see an away win? That you've been playing about that all season?
I completely forgot what it was like. We're stuck in a car park in Watford now. We've been here for 20 minutes, haven't moved, but we don't care. We were moaning that, why have we got a long journey to really enjoy the victory? But yeah, Watford were poor. And Palace played some really, really good, intelligent football.
Yes,
really
they did.
Good, intelligent passing, kept possession, knew when to go forward. A little bit troubled by taking Elise off because he was our best player, but actually...
Oh, wait a minute. Nick, Ayew played. He wasn't good. Ayew was very good when he came on, Nick. Very good. Very good.
He did brilliantly, but I was concerned when Elise came off because a lot was going through him.
Yeah, but again, trust the manager. I've been saying you guys all year season to trust Vieira, and did a great job today with the subs, with the formation. Everything clicked today. Totally outmanaged what's that guy again? Oh, Roy Hodgson today. Outmanaged him totally today.
Yeah, why don't very shorts anymore? Elise though, that's 47 years now. He has got the best touch I've ever seen a Palace player have. When he collects the ball, when he moves with the ball, it's just silky, man, isn't it? The way he brings the ball down, never seen anything like it.
I agree. He's I'm a big fan of Wolf, and I hate when people get down on him. But he has up and down games, but he's had more up than down this season. He's played really well. So I don't know why people are moaning about him, but again, played great today. Heath, join us.
Short and sweet, because we're off now.
All right.
Just wanted to give a big cheer. We'll be listening on the way home, so keep us happy. And
cheers.
Hopefully beat you at the weekend, man.
All right, mate. Take care, Nick. Heath, comments, thoughts. How do you feel about the game today?
Well, last time I was on the show, I said that Ward should sit down for Klein. And I think they both, now that I've realized, they both make mistakes. So it's not really, at this point, I don't really care. I think our left side, I feel like Mitchell and Zaha work together so well.
They do.
And I thought Mateta, I was expecting Edouard, but Mateta played really well. Like when your back's facing to the goal and you can turn and score, that's a really tough thing to do. So
it really is. Yeah, left-footed too. He's not even left-footed playing. He's a good shot.
And I think Zaha, he's proving that he can finish. He's not just a creator. And Vieira proved like Roy only used him as more of a creator. Now Vieira can use him to finish. So
right. See, just going back to Klein a bit, I watched him very, closely today because obviously, like you, I'd want him to come in a bit. What I like about Klein is that he doesn't try to do too much. I mean, he played a very simple ball. If he doesn't see a forward pass, he'll play it square, play it back. He's very solid defensively. But again, he did look like basically he hasn't played for a while. But I did like how he played today, as far as like he didn't try to do too much, kept it very, very simple. And and he's quicker than Wardy, so he can make recovery runs, which is very big. Because I have to admit, the front three, I was worried about Sarr, Dennis, and King, but they did nothing the first half at all.
Yeah.
I mean, our defense played so well that first half, kept them very quiet, and to me, they're very dangerous. So, yeah.
I also think part of the reason why we defended well was because their attack is pretty straightforward. The only time they were able to score was on a corner kick. It's literally play it up and hope that Dennis or King could score, and our defense is too good for that to work. That will work on some other defenses, but won't work on ours.
What do you think about Butland today? I thought he was a little shaky on the goal, but I thought overall he played decently. What do you think?
Well, I don't think that goal was his fault. I think that's just, and I don't think that goal was Gallagher's fault either. I think I don't know why we have the strongest player, clearly the one with the most strength, and he's being marked by a small
Gallagher.
That doesn't really make sense.
Right.
And I think Klein could have done better. Anybody, Kiate maybe, but I thought Butland. I am a goalkeeper. I know how hard it is when balls are in swinging, like near your line, and
a lot of players around you too, right? Right.
Yeah, being able to punch it away is a really big thing that you have to learn, and he did it well. I thought Guaita would have come out and saved it, or not giving up the goal on the Sissoko. He's a little bit better coming out.
Right.
He looked a little shaky, Butland, but he got the job done. We got the job done in the end. So.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't face that many shots today at all either, by the way. I mean, again, they were definitely most dangerous from their set pieces, well, in particular the corner kick. Because from looking at the stats real quickly, they had 8 shots on. I didn't even realize they had 8 shots. So, I mean, we only had 7, but I'm surprised they had that many really, because I didn't really think they had that many. One of the bigger one was with the Dennis Smith second half when he was in and he put over the bar.
That left midfielder that they brought on who just like shot from 25-30 yards out.
Was that Cucho Hernandez? I think it was. Was it Hernandez or?
Yeah.
Right.
Wasn't it? They didn't have impactful shots.
Who do you think? What do you think of the formation change? Remember, we played a 4-2-3-1 on Saturday. I'm a big believer. You have to play. I coached, and I believe you just make the formations based on who you're playing. You don't play the same players or formation. Yeah. So what do you think about the lineup and the formation today?
I actually thought in the Chelsea game we played the wrong formation.
Really? Okay.
I thought we should either have played a 4-3-3 or a 3-back to match up with Chelsea, because it seems like a lot of times when they lose, like to West Ham, the team switched to a 3-back. But I think 4-3-3, especially against a team like Roy, that is managed by Roy Hodgson, we have to keep possession. I think 4-3-3 is the formation that we can do that in.
Right. The thing is, though, and the interesting thing about playing a 3, the plan we're playing a 3, I don't think we have 3 centre backs that can play in a 3, because to do that you need someone to play along with Gahey and Anderson. I wouldn't want to have Tompkins back there. I think he's actually still injured. I'm just thinking I
thought Ward could have done it.
Right, before he got injured.
Just because he's not a ball playing right back, so I think maybe something where he doesn't have to play the ball as much, but he's also not in a 2 center back. I thought that would have done well, and I think Ayew and Elise on the 2 wings would have done. Or no, not Ayew and Elise. Ayew and Mitchell on the 2 wings would do.
Got you with a wing back, right? Interesting.
Because they both can go forward and go back. So
right. What do you think about? I mean, I've seen a lot of comments about how poor Watford were. What do you think about how Watford played today?
I mean, like I said before, their attack is super. It's flat. I mean, they don't seem to move across the field. They just kick it and hope, and it worked in a corner kick. That's the only time they were scored. So they never scored from open play. I just think it was bland. Their defending, it wasn't bad, but we just have too much quality for them.
I have to admit, it reminded me a lot of the last couple of years under Hodgson at Palace. It was very, waiting for the counter attack, giving the other team the ball to attack you home or away, and it just wasn't. It didn't excite me. I mean, he had Cleverly playing out wide and Cleverly hardly touched the ball. I mean, Sissoko was only. Go ahead.
They also don't have a player like Zaha who can create a chance out of nothing.
People say that's Saw, but I don't think Saw is in Will's category. That's a weird thing.
At least on NBC in America, that Saar was not doing well tracking back.
He wasn't
really left,
exactly it gave us a lot of space on that side. It really did.
Space on the left.
Yeah. Any thoughts before I go? Any thoughts about the Saturday game against Burnley? What do you think? What are you thinking?
It's gonna be tough. We definitely have to watch out for Weghorst. I think Ben Mee scored.
He did he did against Spurs today.
And I think Burnley and I think Stoke also will be the hardest matchups we face because we are so bad at set pieces and they have tall, big players who's gonna make it really tough for us. So last time we played them it was 3-3. Hopefully we can do a little bit better on the set pieces because I think they scored 2 set pieces and then they had like a Cornet.
Right.
Cornet
that great goal. Yeah, that great wonderful goal.
Yeah. A volley. Yeah.
So any score predictions for Saturday against Burnley? What do you think?
I'm gonna be honest. 0-0.
Oh, okay.
That seems like a
why so pessimistic? Why so pessimistic?
I just Sean Dyche is probably he always knows they're on good form and he knows when to he's really good at telling their team when to just stand on their head and defend. And I think this week in training for the rest of the days, they should just put Benteke, Mateta, Guehi, Anderson into the box and just try to have everybody help and defend. Actually, try to have everybody defend and learn how to defend and figure out how we're going to defend these set pieces because they have so many tall players who are going to cause problems.
Right. All right, Heath. Appreciate you tuning in today. I'll talk to you soon, all right?
All right, up the Palace.
Up the Palace. Take care, mate. Okay, that was Heath. Thanks for tuning in. And we had good old Nick Gillard on before. So going to go through, again, I've got a lot of comments here. So let me go through some of them for you. Let's get a couple from the beginning so I don't miss them. So is that Hasnain Mertza? Look at Palace's Gallagher record without Kouyaté. World of difference. It's a great point. You have to give a shout out to Kouyaté today. He's been back now 2 straight matches. And even though we lost on Saturday to Chelsea, Kouyaté has been massive. People talk about how important Gallagher is with McCarthy, which I totally agree with, by the way. But I have to say that Kouyaté has been so good in that holding role because clearly today we had Kouyaté in the holding role with Hughes to the left of him. I also thought he played very well today, and Gallagher to the right. And Gallagher was able to get forward more, obviously, which is why he was able to score that goal, that important goal. But yeah, I have to agree with you. I thought Gallagher with Kouyaté was very good today. Again, everybody knows how I feel about Roy, but I don't think this is going to happen. But let me just check out Tim's comment. Tim Fubar, kind of hope Roy does get sacked. He's probably the person most likely to keep them up. It's not a terrible point there, Tim. I mean, I still think that Watford are in big trouble. Let me take a quick look at the table right now, because right now, not that I care about who's getting relegated, it's not going to be us, but Norwich are on 17 points. Watford on 18, both played 25 matches. Burnley are on 20 points now, having played 23. They have 2 games in hand. You've got Newcastle on 22, along with Everton on 22. Leeds on 23. Leeds today got beat 6-0 by Liverpool. I think Leeds are in big trouble. Their goal difference is minus 27. They're in massive trouble. Brentford's on 24. I think below that, above that, I don't think anyone else is going to have to worry about it. You got Villa on 27, Leicester on 27, us on 29. I think, honestly, it's between Brentford on 14 down. 3 of those go down. I think Newcastle, unfortunately, are going to be safe because of the fact that they spent so much money and they got a quality squad now. I think Burnley under Dyche are probably safe. So I think you're looking at Norwich, Watford, Leeds, Brentford. I think Everton will have enough, even though I'm not a big Lampard fan, but I think they'll have enough to stay up, but we shall see. A few more comments. Jason Babin. Huge win. Needed that huge win hugely. I agree. Listen, I was never worried about, I am not worried about relegation, but the fact we hadn't won more than one match away from home, we had dropped points from when we were late in matches was an issue. So I'm really glad to get that monkey off of Vieira's back today, at least, because again, I thought he set the team up really well today with the 4-3-3. I thought he picked the right players. I thought the players did their jobs. And again, it's always easy to blame the manager because, who do you point at? But a lot of times it's on the players. And I think a lot of the games we've dropped points late is due to more player issues than what manager's done. But I think, it was a huge win because that takes some pressure off of us for the Burnley match. And Burnley were coming in on a high because they've won their last 2 matches. So Richard Greenwood. Good evening, Patrick. Good evening, Richard. Thank you for tuning in again. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We have an intruder here.
Sorry,
hello, boss.
I didn't mean to put myself.
No. You're always welcome. You're welcome to join our show. So those who don't know, this is DR, Captain D here. Comments, my friend.
How's it going? Yeah, I mean, it was nice, isn't it? We're talking about relegation. It's not quite relegation.
Yeah, you were.
I was.
You were.
Was I?
I wasn't. Yeah,
was
you
I?
were. You were.
I'm not too sure about that. I've never said that. But it just it was look. Let's break it down. So for me in the second half, I'll be honest, I yawned about like 1,000 times because it got a bit boring. Not that we was doing anything wrong, but it seemed like a performance that we needed. We weren't really pushing as much, and we weren't really great going forward in the second half until, of course, we scored them 2 goals. But it's one of them games where you just have to go out there and get the win. And whilst being 2-1 up, if we got the win, I would be happy with that regardless because we need these wins, Watford and Burnley. But in general, massively pleased with our chances in front of goal. We talked about it last game. We took them well in this game. We clearly worked on it. Well with Zaha.
Who?
Once again,
Who? Who's that? The guy that people have been trashing for the last, the whole season because he's not that good. That Wilf?
Why taking out on me?
No. I'm just emphasizing your point because people are tuned in. I want to make sure they understand how, not everybody was anti-Wilf, including you. I'll give you credit for that one.
Yeah. Someone just got fined. Well done. Someone else just got flashed. What's it called? Yeah.
Be careful.
Living well. Yeah. I'm not getting flashed anyways. But
okay.
What's it called? Yeah. In general, 4-1 was a massive result. But even if it was 2-1, it would have been great. We won away. Away.
You won away. Good for you.
That was a Man City, and we finally won. Look, there's improvements there, but looking ahead to the next game against Burnley, it's going to be difficult. And going forward, and realistically, we need to do a bit better. If we take
they're all difficult.
And if you look at,
they're all difficult.
They're all difficult. But against Burnley, considering how we struggled with set pieces, I think someone else was on before me saying it. Set piece and balls over the top, we have to handle them well because they're on fire, boy. They beat Tottenham today as well. They beat Brighton.
They did.
So that's not going to be easy.
Nope.
But if we beat Burnley as well, then all this relegation talk, even those who still believe it,
you just did it again. You just brought it up again. What you just did it? What are you doing? What relegation talk? What are you talking about? Why are you bringing up the R word?
I'm just saying. Well, I don't know individuals, but I'm just saying people have been. I've seen it in the comments. People are talking about relegation.
We're trendsetters. We don't talk about the relegation. We don't talk about the stuff because we know what's happening with this. The only R word we're talking about is the revolution word. That's not no relegation. Revolution.
I like that.
Oh, by the way, T's here.
What's going on,
T, man?
What's up,
thoughts,
What's
man?
going on, man?
Thoughts, my friend.
Hey,
join us.
Hey,
thoughts.
I said it before, man. Just get the job done. Do what needs to be done. But hey, what a way to finish off the game. What a way to do what we needed to do. I'm really happy with the way that we took our chances and scored goals. And Man, I'm just, hey, up to 11th place, man. Get all that R word talk out of there, man.
Arsenal for life. Praise Vieira.
Oh my
Preach,
God.
brother, preach. Preach, brother, preach.
They were poor going forward as well. But to be fair, defensively, that's another point. Defensively, we were very good. Mark Gahey is my captain. He put an armband on and he didn't look out of place. He looked like a leader, and a credit to. I don't know, because I've been busy all day. Did Vieira say his reasonings or anything like that? Why
behind Gahey being captain?
Yeah.
No, he has not. But
I don't think he spoke on it yet. I'm sure
he hasn't. But remember when we were doing the rating show, you always talk about Hughes being next captain. What did I always say to you? What did I always say to you?
Yeah, you do say
I always said Gahey. I'm telling you, I've always said Gahey, man. It is, but captains are under 21s. Yeah, no, for this game, I feel it'll be Wolf, because Wolf is, the senior player. But listen, again, credit to the manager for doing something that none of us expected. And again, you're right. Gahey was brilliant, because let me tell you something. Dennis, Saw, and King, they scared me on paper,
Dennis actually scared me in the game.
Yeah, our defense though were very good. I agree.
Dennis is a baller.
He's got something.
Like,
he should have scored. He should have scored.
He should have scored. And if they did score, God knows, like, football's a crazy game. If they did score, God knows what the result would have been then, because we weren't really good in the second half in terms of going forward. Great defensively, but they that one chance, they missed it, and the rest is history. Zaha back on the score sheet as well, and West Ham.
Yeah. No, real quick though, D, because I mean, funny you say about West Ham. I didn't put up. I'm not making fun of Stan, but during we were in the chat, the four of us, right? And during the game, he was saying how flat we were, and I was saying to myself, I didn't reply, but my point is, we're playing against a Roy Hodgson team. They play this low block. What do you want us to do? We have to. What we did was we frustrated them. I can hear you guys the chanting in the background about why is it so quiet, and they were actually starting to boo the Watford players. The plan worked, and again, I even said in another chat, we need another goal. Remember, Ted said in the chat we needed another goal or two. I know it was gonna be 2-2-1, but my point was, I thought the second half was fine because we frustrated them. We frustrated them to the point where they So, but again, I mean, listen, I'm. Go ahead.
It was boring though. It was boring.
Boring is fine, as long as we win.
I don't think. The thing is, you can't go into a match against a manager like Roy Hodgson and expect for an exciting game.
Thank you.
That's not what he's looking to have.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm sure other fans, when they played us in the years past, probably said the same exact thing.
Absolutely, T.
I think that piece about the second half, though, we really had to play our way into that second half a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I think we had to fill them out a little bit at the beginning of the second half to find our spots and actually get those goals too. So I mean, I think overall the way we handled the game, I couldn't have asked for anything better. Couldn't have asked for anything better.
D, anything else, buddy? I think D's gone.
Yeah, he's
still there. He's just not talking. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring in Henry, but bring Henry in here.
All right. I'm on.
Henry.
Hey, what's
How
happening?
are you, mate? How are you?
I'm buzzing after that win. 4-1.
As you should be, my brother.
Yes, man. About bloody time, isn't it?
Yeah, man. That was a great performance from us, man. The type of win that we needed to have. You know, it was a solid, convincing win away from home. Most importantly,
I didn't care about the performance tonight. We just needed that win so desperately.
Just need to win. I mean, you just get the job done. Whether if it had been 2-1, I've been cool. Hey, job done.
Yeah, any sort of win, I would have taken it. I thought we were good and a lot better in the second half than we were at the first.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So anyway, before we go on, hold on. So what do you think about the lineup, Henry? What do you think about when the lineup that we had out there?
I wasn't delighted with it to begin with.
So that's the honest. What was wrong with it for you? Just before we go into the whole, what was wrong with it?
Nothing. The only thing really I was stood out was Wilf. It seemed like he had Wilf up top on his own again, but it didn't really work out that way because it was Mateta, wasn't it? Really. So.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I thought it didn't work too well putting Wolf up front against Chelsea. So, but Mateta did a really good job.
But you do understand, again, I mean, I was talking to Heath before, again, you can't play the same lineup in the same formation against different teams because playing against Chelsea against Watford are two different teams. So for
It was
me,
the same formation though.
No, it wasn't. It
No,
was
it
4-3-3.
was 4-4-3.
Totally different.
4-3-3.
Yeah,
So we
that was against
4-3-2-1.
Chelsea as well.
No, it wasn't. It was a 4-2-3-1.
4-2-3-1.
We had the two holding midfielders. We had Kouyaté and Maka. Was it? They were holding, right?
Yep.
And then we had it was totally different.
This
and
game we only
again,
had one hold, and that was Kouyaté.
Right. And we also had Olise in the 10 on Saturday. He was playing wide right today. So
yeah. Fair enough.
So yeah. So my point is, I think people want to, people critique Vieira, and again, it's okay to critique him. That's fine. But my point is that he sees that for different teams, you play differently. You can't play the same way. Against a team like Watford, which has been us for the last 4 years, you cannot expect us to go gung ho. We possess the ball. We tried to drag them out. Try to find spaces in the pockets between them, and again, we try to get our best player on the ball as much as we could. That was Olise on one side and Wolf on another side. And Mateta, by the way, was brilliant today. His movement was so good. Yeah. The turn and shot for the goal, which I didn't expect him to do it so quickly with the left foot, was so good. And again, if you don't shoot, you don't score. We complain about all the time. Right? What was the last game? We didn't have a shot on goal against Chelsea, right? And then today, so let's bring in Stan, my man. What's up?
How you doing? Listen, I just thought I got to come in quickly. Just, obviously, I'm looking at stuff. So
they're looking for you. People looking for you, man.
I know. Like, it's a big shout out to Darren Bennett, obviously my boy CPFC Canada as well. So like, love to him and see people looking for me. Listen, play like that every week and we're a decent team. That's all I'm gonna say. Play like that every week. We're a decent team. I don't ever want to hear any Palace fan ever disrespect Wilfried Zaha. Some of the disrespect that he's been getting from this fan base is preposterous. I say it every single week. Without him, this club is nowhere. What a performance today.
I don't
what a performance.
remember any critique for Zaha.
There's been a fair bit on
I must have been
I
must have been ignoring that.
No. Seriously, Henry, there's been a lot.
They talk bad about him missing those two.
No, I believe you. I just haven't seen it, but I'll take your word for it. But
when he turns up, he turns up.
No, that was just fantastic from Wilf.
JP today.
People say he can't. People have to know to say that Zaha can't shoot.
Well,
seriously, people say Zaha can't shoot.
Zaha can't shoot. Okay. Well,
but look what he did against Norwich. I mean, I'm not saying he's perfect. I mean, my point was they made a comment after the game against Chelsea. Strikers miss shots. I mean, I don't know any striker that hits 100% of shots go in the net. So he had a bad shooting game against Chelsea. We all admitted that. We all saw that. But to say he can't shoot is ridiculous. If you watch the goals he scored not only this season but previous seasons. I mean, the Norwich goal today and the goal today were carbon copies. They were the same exact goal.
Much. And
amazingly.
And the thing is, if you're a guy who scored double-figure goals in the Premier League more than 1 year,
right?
You can't say somebody can't shoot. I'm sorry, like that's preposterous.
Yeah. I mean, what more do you want from him?
Right. And the thing that I'm the most happy about that people keep on trying to throw shade on is how good my man Tyreek Mitchell played today.
Yeah,
he did.
The funny thing?
Don't shade my man.
Right before
the assist,
right before the assist, I tweeted out how great is he playing, and then he gets that great first time cross for the Gallagher goal. I'm telling you, that kid. I mean, again, that's why I feel so bad he made that mistake on Saturday because he played great on Saturday too. He's been our best player probably all season. It's a shame.
I'm telling people, once he gets more comfortable shooting and taking shots, he is going to be a complete fullback because that opportunity that he got off of a beautiful back heel by Wilf to put him in.
Yeah, exactly.
Once Tyreek gets that part of his game together, now he's being more comfortable going forward, setting guys up. Once he gets the shooting boots a little bit, oh man, that dude's gonna be unbelievable.
It feels so good to win. It feels so good. We actually took our chances, which we haven't done in the last 6 games.
I knew as soon as Maka set Will free, that ball, by the way, wow.
Yeah.
I knew as soon as he set him free that Will's banging that top bins. Like I knew he's cutting in and he's just gonna bang it. And that's a trademark for him. Like if he gets the chance to do that, he bangs. Do you know what I mean? So I think they were all good. I don't think anyone had a particularly bad game today. I thought everyone was good. I thought
so there's my opening there, Stan. So we've been talking about Vieira and his substitutions. So today he brings on Ayew on 72 minutes, and then Mac at 79. Both of them were exceptional when they came on. What are our thoughts about that? About the substitutions today?
That's what you should be doing. That's
Can't
what you should be
complain.
doing.
You cannot complain whatsoever.
I thought those were
I'm telling
good
you,
subs.
Saturday is huge. It is such a big game. Win that, and
I don't think it is anymore. I don't think it's
pretty
anymore.
much concentrate on the cup. Now it is, man. Because trust me,
I don't agree.
Not from a relegation point of view, but like put them to bed. Like they just beat Spurs. Look, they're not a bad team, but like just put them to bed. Concentrate on the next round of the cup next week, and like do you know what I mean? Like let's get back up and running.
I think it would be really. It's a big game in the sense that it would be big for us to get 2 wins out of 2.
I get that point, but
I agree with that.
Looking at the table, it's not a big win, and I'll tell you why. Because Norwich is on. I just when Heath was on. Norwich is on 17, Watford on 18, Burnley on 20. They're the bottom 3. Then you've got
we're on 29, right?
2 teams on 22. Yeah. Everton and Newcastle. You got Leeds on 23. You got Brentford on 24. I think from there on, all of those teams are in the mix. Then you've got Villa and Leicester on 27. Say that again.
Few games in hand, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but what would you rather have? Points on the board or games in hand? Points, I agree with you. I'd rather the points. I mean, so and we're 11th. We're on 29. Yeah, I'm not saying I want to lose on Saturday, but I'm just saying that it's not as massive anymore because we just put a big dent in Watford's chances of staying up. Norwich are in big trouble. Burnley are going to be okay. It's going to be like Leeds and Brentford for me are in trouble.
Look, I think it's a big game for us in looking to push into the top 10.
Yeah. You know what? Top 10 is honestly is difficult because you've got
Will's post match. Do you see Will's post match interview? He said that the team's aiming top 10. They're aiming top 10. The one thing I will say, goal difference is worth a point at least. Because
exactly, and we're -1 by far the best of any of the bottom teams. Right, and Norwich is -38. Exactly.
Watford -22. Leeds -27.
That's what I'm saying.
Because right now, because what Southampton's got 3 points on us right now.
Yeah,
with a -5 goal difference.
With one game in hand.
One game in hand, right?
Brighton's only 4 points.
Results.
And Brighton's only 4 points ahead of us.
A few draws. Yeah, and let's keep going.
I'll be honest with you. I'd rather, which is this can be a dumb statement. I'd rather lose on Saturday and beat Stoke. Because to be honest with you, that game's on Tuesday. He might have to sacrifice on Saturday, honestly, guys, in order to win that match because we don't have a very deep squad.
Yes, Is it next
Tuesday? Yeah, the Stoke match. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm not worried about. I'm much rather focus on the cup. Now we're, to me, mid to whatever. I'd rather just focus on trying to get that win on Tuesday and then get back into it after that.
There's no reason why we can't try and get in the top 10 or at least the top 11 or 12.
I'm not saying we shouldn't, Henry. I'm just saying that I'd rather focus on the cup as long as we can be in the cup.
Yeah,
but I don't think we have.
Our squad. See, our squad can't fight on 2 fronts. We can't do that.
We don't have to choose one. We can focus.
Even with the amount of depth that we have right now.
You think so? Listen, we've got Ward's injured, Guait is injured. I mean, we've got injuries now all of a sudden. Do you know what I mean? And Ferguson's injured. I mean, that's just me. I'd rather focus. Now that we're in a position where I was looking at anyway. I'd rather just try and focus on trying to get that win on Tuesday and then regroup after that and figure out we can win the match after that, which I believe is it Man City?
Wolves. No. Wolves away.
It's Wolves, right? Wolves away. Wolves away.
You know what I would say though?
Good team.
Roy Hodgson. That setup.
That was fun to watch, wasn't it?
That formation.
It was nice to see Roy did.
That was us. That was us. Like he set them up to bully us, and once they bullied us probably for maybe a little bit off the ball, whatever. Obviously, they bullied us on a corner, got the equaliser. But once we just started passing it around and actually playing football, he's got nothing to that. Like, he's literally got no answer to it. Yeah. I think they're the worst team we played all year. Like, they were bad.
I don't think they were as bad as
Norwich was worse, I think. Norwich was worse at home, I think. But you're right. I thought they're both in the bottom 3. Because they're not very good. So, Burnley's going to get out of it because Burnley will find a way. And they've got their new players they have now. They've got Burnley actually has a different quality to get out. Yeah, exactly.
Burnley, who did they get up? Who did they get in January? Good attacking player.
Weghorst.
Yeah, he's unreal.
Scored on Saturday.
Weghorst. Yeah.
Okay. Sunday.
I think Brentford are going down personally.
I think they're in trouble with Ivan Toney not scoring goals, not really playing.
I can't really see a way out for them.
Yeah, I mean, I see a way out because they're in 14th. They got to drop on a lot of teams, but you're right about that, Henry. They're not in great shape.
They're in free fall. But it's not. I mean, it's not critical to win against Burnley, but it would be.
Listen,
be nice.
I'll take a draw on Saturday and a win on Tuesday.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I would
take the
take
draw,
that.
Mate. King Wilfred does it, Aramel Zaha. Say no more, man. I don't. You heard my voice note in the group chat, Patrick. I don't want to hear any disrespect on that man's name ever from any Palace fan.
You never hear from me.
I don't want to hear
I'm the biggest defender on this channel of him. Everybody knows
he's
that.
The greatest.
I get very
never
things.
Have a player like him. We will never have a player.
That's
like
why
him.
That's why I never could get with that talk of people saying, "Well, should we bench Wolf to?"
Yeah. We're better for him at AFCON. He got a red card. Let's get rid of it.
No, the best one is the best one I saw in here is like, quite a few fans hate Zaha. You lot weren't around for. You lot haven't been around for long. Then if you hate him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's stupid.
So actually, you know what? Let me read a couple of his quotes because I got it up now.
Okay.
Speaking immediately after the game, he said, "It feels amazing. Obviously, we're putting good performances together, but it doesn't matter if you're not getting the points."
I got to go. I was only on for short, but up the Palace, big win. See you on Saturday, yeah?
Take care, mate.
Right. Yes, Dan. Nice one.
Again, it feels amazing. Obviously, we're putting good performances together, but it doesn't matter if you're not getting the points. Today felt amazing. We need to be clinical. We're making chances and not scoring. I'm glad I can score for the team. I feel like it's really deserved. Good performances week in, week out, and it's the same thing after the game. We're disappointed. So today, taking the 3 points and going home feels good. He added, at the end of the day, I scored 2 goals and got the 3 points. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
I think the team we have allows me to do what I need to do up front, he explained. If I get the through balls, the balls over the top, all I have to do is work on my final touch. Honestly, I love that. That's what I'm working on. Everyone knows that what Connor's about, the energy and quality he brings to the team. Obviously, if I'm competing with people like that, I've got to step up as well. So it's good to have someone else to compete against. I have to raise my game. The team we have, I feel like this is what Standard mentioned. The team we have, I feel like the top half of the table is where we should be looking.
Yeah,
there you go.
No, I think I can't disagree with that.
I agree with that, man. And if you think about it, like, if it's a matter of, us looking to have some squad rotation to keep guys fresh and to have guys ready for FA Cup matches, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Just because if you think about it, guys like Edouard, Benteke, Eze didn't play today. Schlupp didn't play today.
Right.
We didn't even need them.
Of course, we know Milivojevic probably wasn't going to get a run out, but he didn't play today.
Right.
So these are some for the most part some really quality guys that we can afford to rotate in there so that we can have the best chance of putting in good performances Saturday and on Tuesday.
That's a great point, T. So we could actually swap out the front three. We could actually start Benteke.
You could start a completely
and
different
Ayew.
front three.
Right, and rest at least say Mateta and Zaha if you wanted to. But again, my only point is that we just don't have a very there's a comment here. Let me put it up real quick from Jason Babbitt. I don't want to sacrifice anything. Palace shouldn't have to rest players to beat a championship team in Stoke. Our squad should be deep enough. I'm not saying that. My point is that with the injury we've got with Ward being injured and Tomkin being injured.
He said we would be deeper if it wasn't for some of the injuries.
Right, exactly. And then again, Guaita's out, and now you're looking at Butland. You can't play Matthews on Saturday or in the cup game, so he's going to play the next 2 matches for sure. So my point is that I'm not saying I just think our squad's as deep as we like it to be. I'd love to see, I tell you right now, Raksaki or Banks on against so not starting obviously, but getting some time and Adam Arola. You know what I mean? But we'll see what happens. But so
yeah, I mean, overall, man, I think we in good shape though.
I like Zaha actually. This is from I like Zaha actually playing centrally at this point in his career. Vastly underrated finisher and still plenty of pace when needed. See, I discussion we had yesterday. That's what I'm saying.
I agree.
It's hard to take on 3 guys like he used to.
Look what he did today on the wing.
I think Zaha is just a more mature player these days.
Right.
He's developed a lot. Like,
but I mean, he got 3 goals. He got 2 goals today playing on the wing though.
Yeah, he did. He's great at those dribbles when he's set free, and then that shot is it's just becoming a trademark, like you said.
Yeah.
I have a couple of Gahey and Gallagher comments, which are pretty funny. So I'll do it real quick because I think it's kind of interesting.
Okay.
Speaking to Palace TV, it was a massive moment, Gahey said. Not something I was expecting. Not for the first time. The centre back stops to laugh. Asked by Gallagher, "What are you giggling for?" Composing himself, the summer signing continued. It was not something I was expecting, meaning the captaincy, obviously. I got told just before the game, and for me, it's a huge honor to be captain of this club. To have the backing of the manager and the players is fantastic. When I found out this is Gallagher now. When I found he was captain tonight, I was really proud and happy for him. I know it will mean a lot to him and his family, and he deserves it because he's been fantastic so far. Turning his attention to the game, Gallagher said, "It was a great performance, especially in front of goal, which is very important for us because I feel like that's what we've been lacking recently. So we're really happy to get 4 goals tonight." There's some more stuff, but so again, people are asking about what did he know? He didn't know. I mean, he was only told right before the match started that he was captain. So, and again,
which makes his performance even more impressive.
What was the cool thing? The very interesting thing too, watching the game when Maka got subbed in. Gahey kept the armband.
Yeah, exactly.
Gahey was going to give it to him. They said he was trying to give it to him, and Maka was like, "Nah, man, hold on to that. Hold on to that, young fella."
That's
brilliant, man. That's brilliant.
Don't give it away.
Yeah. So moving forward we're about 45 minutes. So looking forward to. I mean, I spoke about it briefly. What are your thoughts about Burnley? I'll start with you, T. As far as maybe formation or maybe score prediction.
Man, if I'm going formation, I'll probably go ahead and stick with our 4-3-3.
Right.
As of right now, I probably would do some rotation up front. Maybe have Edwards start up top. More than likely, I don't see us rotating Wolf out though, as much as we could, and we have the ability to. I don't think we'll end up rotating Wolf out. So I think it'd be Wolf, Edward, and probably IU up top. In the center for us, I'll probably give Maka that run out now since he had the sub appearance today.
Right.
So probably Maka check and probably Gallagher if they want to. I mean, honestly, I would like to see him throw Eze in that situation. That way Gallagher can get a break and he can be ready.
Right.
And then back, I gotta keep the back four the same, man. I gotta keep the back four the same.
Yeah. Okay.
And yo, Nathaniel Klein.
Yeah. Big up Nathaniel Klein.
Hey.
Talk about him a bit. I mean, I'm a big Klein fan because he's been he's a kid out of the academy. But what I like about him today, he just keeps it simple. Like if you watch how he plays today, he doesn't try to overcomplicate things. He'll look for that square ball, the full. He's not looking to hit no 30-yard passes. You know what I mean?
Makes it to where you're never going to have to talk about him.
Right.
I never find myself watching the match saying, "Well, damn,
what's Klein doing?
What's Klein doing? Where's he at?
Yeah.
Why is the Klein here?" It's never that because he's just like, "Hey, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be solid. I'm going to do my job.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get involved like I need to, and I'm not gonna make no mistakes." Like like consummate professional type thing, you know.
So real quick, I don't usually do stats, during this part, but I'm looking at his stats. Accurate passes, 90%.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
for a right back. That is insane. For a right back, that's insane. Seriously, just simple balls. He sees Butland back to Butland, sees Anderson to Anderson, sees Gay to Gay, sees Kiyate check into. You know what I mean? Nothing overcomplicated. I mean, hey, what about your thoughts on Klein?
Yeah, I thought Klein was really good. Just like he was against Chelsea. Like I like the way that he's just sort of seamlessly transitioned, like he'd been there the whole time. You know, like you wouldn't know unless you watched Palace that Ward was starting the majority of games. And I think we should keep playing him. Well, not that we have a choice anyway.
I'm going to say we don't have it.
But when the time comes for the choice to be made, if he keeps playing like this,
right?
For me, Ward doesn't necessarily get
for me. Ward does not walk back into the team.
Yeah, I agree. I think if Klein keeps up this level of performance, it'll be very hard for Ward to get back.
I mean, because as much as Ward has done for us this season and in the past, like I said, there are those times when you're watching the game, like damn, Ward, I need you to hear, or you out of place, or you can't get back. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have that to this point whenever I'm seeing Klein on the pitch. And for me, that's going to be the reason why I wouldn't see him walking back into the team.
Yeah, I mean, Klein has a lot more pace, and I feel like Ward's legs are just gone now. Like, even when he tries as hard as he can to run back and tackle someone, you can tell he's a few yards, he's a little bit behind. So.
Oh, yeah. He's got a little bit more. He's got a little bit more, for sure.
As much as I love Ward, and he's been a legend for this football club, then you got to look to the future now and say that Klein, he deserves a permanent spot if he can carry it on.
And the thing that I would do, is what I've mentioned before going forward after this season, I would keep Joe Ward on the squad.
Absolutely.
I would move
he deserves
him
a testimonial.
I would move him to center back.
He deserves a testimonial as well.
I would probably let Kelly walk and then let Ward try to slide into that third on the cusp fourth center back place for us.
Right.
And then we bring in another right back for next year. And then hopefully, I mean, honestly, at this point, I keep Klein, man. Like, I know he's on a 1-year deal, but at this point, I keep him.
Why let him go?
Yeah, but the thing is, going forward, that we have to address that long term because you and I watch a lot of.
I would keep him. Right. I'm saying I would bring in a new one as well.
Right.
So it would be him and the new guy working at right back. With Ward now moved inside for it.
Keep signing him on a 1-year rolling contract each year.
Yeah.
Until he no longer plays well.
But my score prediction 2-1 Palace.
2-1 Palace. So I was looking at the bench today. The thing is, we're talking about just the lineup for Saturday. We had one defender on the bench today. That was Kelly. We are very short on defenders. So I know Kiyate could have slotted in if we had to at center half. And let's say anything happened to Gahey or Anderson, but that's gonna be an issue. He can't really rotate the back four out because of the injury. So and that's my only point about. I will sacrifice Burnley for Stoke all day because
what about
with these 3 points today, he's injured. He and Ward are both injured.
He's still trying to come back. But, luckily, like you said, at least we have guys that can slide in there. I mean, I'm sure if we were in a pinch, we could even think about throwing Gyro in there.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I see. But again, he was on the bench again today, though. Just a great point. Gyro can definitely play center half, left back in a pinch, obviously. So that's a great point. So,
and once again, Henry, that's what I'm saying. Depth.
Yeah. So, Henry, what's your thoughts about as far as lineup and predictions for Burnley?
I think Burnley are going to be really hard to break down. So, I think we're going to have to play. Like Watford, yeah, of course. Right. But obviously, they're coming off with 2 wins, so they're going to be high on confidence. But I think we keep the same formation. Okay. I put Cheku in there. I thought he was outstanding tonight.
Agree.
I put MacArthur in, and I put probably Conor Gallagher, and then I'd put Mateta up front with Wilf and Elise, and keep the same back four.
So you're going to play the same attacking 3 as today.
Why not?
But what about Tuesday? We got a game right. So we're going to do the same thing against Stoke.
No, I think I change
because you're probably not gonna run. I mean, I could see Wilf not starting against Stoke.
Really? Okay.
I don't know. I mean,
maybe actually put Edouard in for Mateta against Burnley.
Right. Remember, because he hasn't played. He hasn't started a match since I guess Liverpool. Right. He's been out Liverpool. Right.
I feel like Edouard with his sort of agility, he could actually get him, cause problems to Burnley's defence.
Right.
Whereas with Mateta, they sort of know what they're going to deal with because he's a big, tall centre forward.
I was impressed with Mateta though, man. He does. For a big guy, he does so much more than just be a big guy.
He's underrated.
He's running in behind.
Come on, leaps and bounds. He really has.
He's running in behind. He's holding up. He's linking up. He's man. There was one play where he just went on a dead sprint from their half to ours. On a counter, and I was like, man, like when he gets, he's not fast, but when he gets in full stride,
when he gets that legs going,
he can cover some ground, man.
I feel like he's gonna confuse defenders because he doesn't look very fast.
We haven't even mentioned Benteke.
I'll put that up now.
We haven't even mentioned.
Poor old Christian can't get in the team.
You know what I'm saying? So, and the thing about it is,
And how do you do against Burnley? Last time playing against Burnley, how was he? Scored 2 goals, right?
yeah, he had two.
So I mean, they obviously have an issue with him. So I would be all for starting Benteke. Eduardo Benteke for me starting Saturday because I just think Mateta could use the rest. I want Mateta against Stoke. I just do. It seems to me as Mateta's got this thing about him. He scores against our rivals. Look at the. Let's go back. Brighton, Millwall,
now
Watford. I mean, he's got a penchant score.
All away goals too.
Right, exactly. I mean, he understands what's going on here. So real quick, I would go with our same back four because we can't really rotate them out. Obviously Butland in goal. Midfield 3. I'm with you. I like Eze, Piate, and Maka. He won't do Eze because I think he's really big amount slow. But I love to see Eze in there, especially get a little creativity in there. Break the lines, give Gallagher a break for the Stoke game. And again, I would switch the top 3. I would definitely have Ayew on the right side, Edouard left, and Benteke up front. I would do that. And then you have Zaha, you have Elise off the bench, to do something different. So score prediction. I'll take a draw just so we can get to Stoke because I'm just so focused right now on next Tuesday. I just am. I want a cup run. I really want a cup run.
I want a cup run too because if we can get close, we can get to Wembley. I'm going to England. I'm going. I'll be in South London.
T, be careful. I did that, T. And it was great in semifinal. The final was painful. The flight home.
I'm still traumatized.
Was the longest flight of my life. It really was. It was tough.
I still get flashbacks.
I mean, the thing about it, man, is I gotta get that experience, P.
I hear you, man.
Experience, man. I gotta get it. I gotta see it, man. I gotta come. So I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping for, though.
I think I'm gonna go for a 2-0 win.
Say 2-0.
And I think we'll score in each half.
It does help us that it's a home match, though.
It does.
It does help
so
us a lot.
I have a stat that I heard today that I wasn't even aware of during the broadcast. It's now 11 games this season that when we're ahead, we haven't lost. We've now won 6 and drawn 5, but we have not lost when we were ahead in the game, which I hadn't even realized that. So
that's a good sign.
It makes sense though too because
it does.
When you were talking about it the other day, you were saying we've only lost 8 matches. I think you said we're
exactly 8 out of 24, right? Exactly at that point.
All the teams that we've lost to,
right?
Chelsea twice, Liverpool
fell behind
once, and all those games like, we fell behind in all of those games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like it's also goes to what you're talking about. It's like people are so upset about how things are going, but it's like we're not losing games.
Exactly.
But we weren't winning them either.
So in these games, like you said, in 11 games, we've won 6 and tied 5 when we've gotten out in the lead. Like that's actually not a bad stat. Like that,
it's not.
I would rather have that be the stat than us losing games after we've taken leads.
Yeah.
People want to be doom and gloom. I'm gonna listen to this. Okay, we've lost 9 matches. I know Henry's about to say about we haven't won, but we've only lost 9 matches. Well, we've lost 9 matches. So have Tottenham. They've lost 9. West Ham have lost 8.
We have a good record.
Wolves have lost 8. So my point,
we're
losing to the big teams as we should because we're not a big club yet. But we are doing well against the teams that are either around us or below us. We are,
and that's why part of me. That's why part of me wants to see us get the win on Saturday.
Okay, I got you because it's a team that's below us.
It's another one of those.
I
games
agree.
That's like we should be winning. This is the game that we need to win. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Because think about what the end of the day Tuesday could feel like for us if we won
those 2 games.
We won 3 in a row.
No, you're right. On the bounce.
That'd be mad. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like,
I mean, I think I'm not frustrated about the season. I was frustrated from the run we were on before today's win because I feel like we should have done better. But having said that, we bounced back really well. So
my thing is, I think a lot of us before this season started understood there were going to be growing pains that we were going to go through as a club. But
CT, I don't think people did though. See, I think people said that, but they didn't really believe it because again, if you really go to the beginning of the season, we were supposed to be relegated. He was supposed to be fired by Christmas.
Exactly what I was saying. But what I was going to say is, I think people thought the growing pains were going to come in the form of losses.
Gotcha. Okay.
Our growing pains have come in the form of
draws or right games that we've lost points, drop points at the end. Exactly.
You know
right.
what I'm saying? Like if that's my growing pain in my rebuild,
you have to take that.
Great.
No, you have to take that. It's not like we lose. We've lost 15 games this season. You know, we haven't. You know, we've lost 9, and it's Tottenham who are ahead of us and a much better club. You know, bigger club. I've lost the same amount of games as we have. Yeah, they played less games. I get all that, but I mean, that's my point. I mean, I'm a big person looking at perspective. Again, when I came this season, I was hoping that he would just keep us up, and then I would see something different. Mm-hmm. I'm 100% happy with mid-table. A cup run, which I didn't expect, by the way, not his first season, and the fact I can watch Palace now. I can go back and watch him. I can watch him later tonight and not be totally upset at what am I watching? Because the game that should be won, I couldn't watch again. I couldn't watch the Brighton game again. It was awful to watch. And we won the game 1-0 away. I couldn't watch the game again. Or was that 2-1? Which one? It was 2-1 again. The game when Benteke scored a goal. The 2-1 game when Benteke scored. Right, I'm like, I couldn't watch the game again. It was awful. It was terrible football. It was awful to watch. But we won. People said, we won the game.
But if you think about it, let's put that into perspective. How many games last season would you have gone back and watched full 90s
of? Honestly,
about the ones that we won.
1 or 2. 1 or 2.
Like maybe there are multiple. I could probably count on 2 hands now the amount of games that I've gone back and watched the full 90 on. You know what I'm saying?
And they're not all wins, are they?
No, and they're not all
exactly. Wins. I can go back and watch, for instance, the West Ham game, which was a great performance.
I went back and watched the full 90 of the Liverpool game with Jota's penalty. I went back and watched full 90 of that one just because
the Leicester game, I could go back and watch it too. The Burnley game, even though the 3-3 game, even though the 3-3 game.
Yep.
The Leicester game when we do it too.
Say again.
The Leicester home game too.
The Leicester home game, exactly. I mean, something I can't even, I went back and watched. I have it still. The West Ham 2-3, the 3-2 loss. The loss I could watch again because we played well, except we gave up some stupid goals, and it was the play that the Luka handball. But I can go watch that game again, but we lost it. So again, because I can see what he's trying to do. We've got players that are excited. I love watching Eze play. I love watching Olise play, watching Wolf play, watching Edouard play, Mateta. Mateta's growth this year, to me, has been incredible because we all wrote him off. We all wrote that guy off. Let's not lie. We all wrote him off.
I didn't write him off.
Today, man. I was so happy he got that goal today, man.
Against a man who wouldn't play him.
It's like
against the guy.
He scored it. I was like, yo, don't go kick the flag. Don't go kick the flag.
Go kick the manager.
Just go stand right in front of Roy Hodgson and just snatch off his glasses or something. Now, do you see me, Roy? Do you see me now, Roy?
Exactly.
Yeah. Like that was almost like poetic. That was almost like something out of a movie. The fact he came out and scored that goal against him.
Yeah, take that, old man.
I love it.
Wait, what was that now? Hold on. What did Patrick do?
He said
Patrick really lost the will to whip a Roy ball. This team was. Let me tell you something. Hey, Graham, lost the will to live. You are not even close to understanding that comment. Okay, that's why I went on Twitter. I lost a bunch of followers because I said I'd rather get relegated than have that man be back the following season. People said to me, "How can you get back?" One, I've been a Pat fan for longer than most people, and I've seen Pat get relegated before. I could not take the man's football anymore. I didn't personally dislike. 1 second, Henry. I didn't personally dislike Roy because he did a great job keeping us up, but I couldn't watch that football because we weren't progressing as a club, and eventually we're going to get relegated because that's what happens to teams. Eventually, you go down. Watford has done it. I mean, Stoke has done. Look where Stoke is now. Fulham was up and down team. We were yo-yo, So for me to see a manager who's progressive and trying something that I think is long term is going to work for us with our academy kids coming through in a few years, I'm all for this. I'm all for this. So yeah, go ahead, Ronnie. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. What I wanted to say is that we actually have the 10th best home record in the league, and before a couple of weeks ago, it was 7th or 8th. And under Roy, remember we couldn't buy a win at home. We struggled so much.
It was almost the opposite of what we are right now. With struggling to get the road wins.
Exactly. Yeah. And now we've only just got our second away win, but I'll take that because our home form is so much improved.
Yeah.
And they're saying again, Jane, 100% agree with Pat. Whoever was manager for the time and play, he was. And again, the first year was fantastic. The second year was good. The third and fourth years, I couldn't take because again, we weren't going anywhere. Again, we were staying up. We weren't interested in any kind of cup runs. We were interested in progressing the club. He wouldn't play any of the kids unless he was forced to. Forced to play Wan-Bissaka, forced to play Tyreek Mitchell. You know what I mean? Never thought about playing a Raksaki or Adam Arola or whatever. But
and
again,
that's why I don't like that piece. That's why I don't like that piece where people try to give him the glory or give him the credit of giving them their debuts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like he gave Wan-Bissaka his debut. He gave.
He had no choice.
He had no choice.
No choice.
Trust and believe that they would never have touched the pitch if the guys that were playing in front of them weren't hurt.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
Like Patrick Vieira gave Teo Adaramola his start.
His debut.
Exactly. And he won't be his last.
Yeah.
It won't be his last either.
He didn't have to play him. He didn't have to play James Raksaki against Chelsea.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That is a manager who's brought along a player to give them a debut. There's a difference. But I mean, I think the thing that we realized about Roy too, like you said, the first 2 seasons it was fine. The third and fourth season,
what
it was
we needed.
really hard to watch. But I think a lot of it was the management and those. I mean, like Dougie and Steve Parrish.
That's a good point.
They understood where we were financially,
and they didn't want to spend the money. Exactly, I get that point.
We can't afford to spend. We can't afford to spend. So what can we do to remain where we are in this league and be able to find the funds down the road? And Roy was the guy at the time.
Excellent point.
And at the
He
place to keep us where we need to be in the league.
And I'm thankful for that. I am. But again, I just want it to be more progressive and more exciting.
I'm sure they have those conversations like, hey, Roy is going to be ugly. You're going to get some flack, but do whatever you got to do to keep us here.
Exactly.
That's why I give him his credit. It was ugly, and we were tired of seeing it, but it helped us get to where we can be in a phase of enjoyment.
Exactly.
It can only go on. It could have only. Sorry. It could only have lasted so long. It couldn't have kept going year on year on year. Eventually, it would have got worse.
Oh no, because honestly, I don't think Roy would have known what to do with a team like we have now.
No chance.
Yeah.
No chance.
I don't think. Honestly, with this team that he has now, he would be starting Ayew every game. He would be starting Benteke every game. He would be starting Schlupp every game.
Yeah.
Luka would still be our holding midfielder.
Luka would be agreed, right?
You know
Ward
what I'm saying?
would play
I
every
think
game.
Gay
Ward would play, right?
Gay he might have not.
No, Gay wouldn't come to play for a manager like that because he's not ball playing, right?
That hurt, you know.
Probably be Tompkins at the back.
Yeah, so I just
possibly,
a lot of it just had to do with the fact that Roy was the right guy at the right time to push us to where we are now, to be able to do what we're doing and see what we're seeing with this team.
The breaking point for me, was that Burnley game at home last season when we lost 3-0 and we were just so bad.
Funny you say that because Jason's comment, I almost threw my TV through the window watching that awful football also season. So I did a watch along for that game, Henry, the Burnley game. And if I go back, you go back and watch on YouTube, I'm telling you now, I'm pretty sure I kicked my television during the watch along with Hambo and D because I was so upset. So
that's the lowest I've seen, Pat. That's the lowest I've seen.
It was bad. It was like I just want to give up. I just wanted to give up. I had no will to live.
It made you want
I lost the will to live.
Drown your head in a flipping bath or something.
Right.
It was so what winded me up was we didn't even look like we were going to win, and it was Burnley at home. We did absolutely nothing at all. We just let them walk all over us.
To get 3-0 by a Sean Dyche team.
It's just lowest of the low, isn't it?
That as it gets, right?
That hurts. That hurts.
I mean, the only thing that hurt more was 4-0 defeat to Sunderland when Allardyce was there. But again,
was that Allardyce or was that Ollie?
No, that was Allardyce. I'm pretty sure.
Really? Was it? Because I remember Ollie got beat at home by Sunderland, and the HF ran at him, and he basically quit the game after that. So
no.
But
Holloway actually beat Sunderland. That was his only game he won for us.
What's his name scored that goal? The midfielder scored.
Yeah, Stuart.
Keith scored. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was somebody we got beat. Maybe it was a Fulham game. It was some game I remember that he played. We played really poorly in, but
I think we lost.
We lost on that ridiculous goal of the season by
that flipping Kouassi guy or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
That was going back.
I'm getting attacked by flies here. So we might as well wrap up. Any closing thoughts, gentlemen, about the performance today? How you feeling about Saturday, Tuesday?
4-1.
4-1.
Job done. 4-1. Job done. We move.
Yep. We move.
Henry, final thoughts?
Just buzzing to get the win, and I think we just need to. I mean, if we can just get our defending from set pieces sorted, then we can concede less goals, and that will definitely help us moving forward. But I think today was just about getting the win. Like, that's all I cared about. I didn't care if we played dog shit. So yeah, great performance, and on to the next one.
Yeah, I have to agree. My only final thought is, one, I thought the performance today was very, very good. I was very impressed with the way we played, the way we were set up. Wilf, Gahey, Anderson, Mitchell, Kyoto outstanding today. Mateta also. I definitely think we have to work on our set pieces. I think our corner kicks they're rubbish. I mean, we got to get a routine going.
I want to give credit to MacArthur actually before
for what?
Before we finish, just because I think he's come straight back in the team.
Oh, he's
brilliant. Been absolutely superb.
Difference maker.
Big miss. It was a big miss for sure. Yeah. Big miss.
Oh, and just addressing this one right here, this comment right here. I think the last time we scored this many goals was the one that sticks out to me was Leicester at home. Michi Batshuayi's first long season.
West Brom, I think.
West Brom. I remember West Brom away. When Benteke will scored, the 5-1 when there was no against what? Against Conor Gallagher.
Yep.
Funny enough,
Gallagher scored that goal. Gallagher scored the one goal for West Brom in that game.
He was watching
West
our team.
Was bad. They were bad.
They were bad.
That was a bad team because even with because they had Connor and Maitland-Niles in their midfield.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm like, wow, I actually know these two guys can play, but they look terrible. That team was that bad.
Yeah, it was pretty shocking. And you look at them in the Championship now, and they're just dreadful.
Yeah, because it was either that game. I was thinking about that Leicester game where we played them at home.
Leicester game,
last game of the season,
with
we just put it on them.
With
we won 5-0. Yeah,
5-0. Michi scored. Michi scored.
Michi scored. Yeah,
Wilf scored in that game.
Yeah.
I think did Benteke score? I don't know. We put it on them. That was the one that stood out to me immediately. Just because of the way we played against them, and because that was the game that Roy finally let those guys just
let them loose, right?
He let them go. And I was thinking
nothing to play for, right? We had nothing to play for end of the season. I was thinking
to myself, look what we can do. We just go out and play. Like
Loftus-Cheek is in that game, right? Loftus-Cheek is in that game too, right?
Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah.
As
far as away games though, today was definitely the Baggery, the best game since the West Brom game a couple of years ago during the lockout.
Absolutely.
So before we wrap up, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in today. Really appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I want to shout out to Heath for joining me earlier, Nick, Captain D, Stan, of course, Henry, and T, as always. We have another match reaction Saturday versus Burnley.
Yes, sir.
So until next time, what do we say, T?
Up the Palace.
Up the Palace.
Up the Palace. Thanks, Henry. Take care.
Take care.